This week in Jamaica Now, U.S. public relations contract stirs questions about Jamaica's failed Commonwealth Secretary General bid. Lisa Hanna bowing out of politics. Fiery attack leaves at least 30 homeless in Kingston communities. And one of the accused in the Clansman one-don gang trial has been killed. I'm Jovan Johnson and this is Jamaica Now. The government has indicated that it cost taxpayers $43 million to finance the Foreign Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith's failed bid for Commonwealth Secretary General and the delegation that attended the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Rwanda in June. Broken down, the campaign cost $18 million, while the summit cost $25 million. However, the government is facing mounting calls to make a full disclosure on the Finn Partners contract. A June 6 filing by the U.S. public relations company with American regulators showed that Mrs. Johnson-Smith was named as the principal in the contract. The document filed with the Department of Justice noted that Finn Partners was paid some $99,000 for its services. In a media release on Sunday, August 7, the Office of the Prime Minister told Jamaicans that the government was not a party to the Finn Partners arrangement, stating that it was secured by private donors. However, in the filing, Finn Partners listed no other name but Mrs. Johnson-Smith's. Now, where the firm is required to state whether the filing is on behalf of the government of a foreign country, foreign political party, or a foreign or domestic organization, it lists Mrs. Johnson-Smith as individual state nationality Jamaican. Opposition spokesperson on information, Senator Donna Scott Motley, has accused the government of a cover-up.
The glaring fact is who donated the money to the campaign. Who gave the $16 million to and paid this PR firm? And let me tell you why it is important. We don't know if it was a foreign country. We don't know if it is a company here who hopes to benefit having made this contribution. We don't even know if the source is tainted funds, because what I heard Minister Morgan say is that the U.S. is not interested in where the funds came from. Well, I am not interested in whether or not Finn complied with FARA, whether they were truthful or not. My focus is quite clear. We need to have transparency. We need to have openness. We need to have contributions like this disclosed.
However, the government has hit back with Information Minister Robert Nesta Morgan accusing the opposition PNP of a witch hunt.
There seems to be this attempt by the opposition to try to find ghosts where none exists. We've been very clear as to what we have done and why we did it. And this attack on Kamina, this witch hunt that they're trying to launch, they need to stop.
Mixed reactions have greeted the announcement of Sentan Southeastern Member of Parliament Lisa Hanna, who is walking away from representational politics. Ms. Hanna, who has served as the parliamentary representative since 2007 for the waning PNP bastion, sent shockwaves throughout Jamaica and within the party after announcing on Tuesday that this would be her last term in office. Ms. Hanna had become a lightning rod for disgruntled party supporters. Party President Mark Golding hailed his one-time opponent as an inspiration. Councillor for the Beechertown Division in St. Anne and one-time Hanna confidant, Ian Bell, said that it was the right decision for the embattled MP to leave office. Mr. Bell, who quit the constituency executive in June 2021, cited long-standing issues between himself and Ms. Hanna at that time. And members of the Jamaican diaspora in the United States have expressed surprise, shock and dismay at Ms. Hanna's departure. Amid an alleged firebomb attack in central Kingston this week, the government is moving to expand the zone of special operations now in place in Parade Gardens in downtown Kingston to include the community of Spoilers. A fiery attack between James Street and Smith Lane in the community left several homes destroyed and at least 30 persons homeless. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, during a tour, said that his administration would review the scope of the ZOSO currently in Parade Gardens in light of the crime and violence seen in other areas.
We will take a second look at the zone of special operations here to see how best we can expand it given the resources that are here. You will understand, however, that right across Jamaica there are communities in conflict which are calling for the same thing, competing for the same resources. So that really is the challenge. In this particular instance, There is a fear that the residents that this might have been an act of arson and that there were some shots fired. What I've seen so far from the official reports doesn't seem to suggest that, but we're not discounting what the residents have said. So the security forces are examining it thoroughly, and then they will make a decision as to how best to respond from the security side of things.
That consideration is in line with an appeal by People's National Party caretaker Imani Duncan Price.
Do not let anybody else die. Expand the ZOSO. Expand the ZOSO to include spoilers where it was hot from last year to protect people's lives and their property. These are hardworking Jamaicans who have lost everything. But when you see them, all them have is them shirt on them back, the pants, some of them have shoes.
One of the accused persons in the ongoing Clansman One Don gang trial, Andre Bullis-Smith, was shot dead this week at the intersection of Hagley Park Road and Keesing Avenue. Head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, said men travelling on a motorcycle rode up beside Mr. Smith whilst he was driving. No motive has been established for the killing. Mr. Smith was the only accused person on bail. The trial is on a break until September. As Jamaica celebrates 60 years of political independence, an RGR Gleaner commissioned poll has revealed that more than 60% of Jamaicans believe sports and music are the country's greatest achievements since independence. The findings are contained in a national poll conducted recently on behalf of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group by Don Anderson and his team from Market Research Services Limited. The results dovetail well with a common perception that legendary reggae artist, the late Bob Marley, and the fastest man to ever live, sprint phenomenon Usain Bolt, are the two most popular Jamaicans of all time. Our sports was in pole position and was listed as the island's biggest achievement since independence. The survey revealed that Jamaicans rank our music as the second most important achievement since independence. Cultural growth was ranked third, with 9% of Jamaicans believing it was the country's greatest achievement since gaining political independence in 1962, after more than 300 years under British rule. Physical development was next with 6%, and economic growth at 4% rounded off the top five. Reigning world 100-meter champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's sizzling 2022 form continues to wow the globe. The Jamaican star ran a new world-leading time of 10.62 seconds to win the 100 meters at the Monaco Diamond League meet this week. Compatriot Sharika Jackson, who is the reigning world 200-meter champion, was second in a new personal best of 10.71 seconds. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on the notifications and subscribe today. I'm Jovan Johnson, and before we go, hundreds of Jamaicans gathered at the National Stadium for the Jamaica 60 Grand Gala. Here are highlights from the festivities.